Hello and welcome to another episode of the Startup Operator Roundup. I'm Roshan Karyappa.
And I'm Gunjan Saha, and together we'll be discussing the biggest headlines from the Indian startup ecosystem. Zoho's founder Sridhar Vembu has submitted a proposal to the central government for an AI policy. The proposal promotes the openness and transparency and prevents worldwide monopolies. The rapid growth of AI, particularly conversational AI platforms ChatGPT and GPT-4, is posing a threat to the workforce, particularly programmers. Vembu cited a Goldman Sachs report that estimated 300 million jobs are at risk worldwide. The proposal was submitted along with Rajiv Kumar, who is the former Niti Aayog vice chairman, and Sharat Sharma, who is the co-founder of iSpirit Foundation. So, while we are seeing the wide adoption of ChatGPT and GPT-4, right, but I believe the full-scale impact, especially in India, still has to be felt, right? Of course, this technology has a huge potential in streamlining processes, in reducing costs, and creating new job opportunities. But do you think here AI will be augmenting the way people are doing their work currently, or will just wipe it off?
Well, there are many streams of philosophical musings on this, right? Depending on whether you listen to Nassim Taleb, who believes that AI at this point of time is very probabilistic, right? It's definitely not going to replace any meaningful human endeavor as such. And then you have Elon Musk and a bunch of folks who've written to authorities to ask them to pause AI innovation at this point of time because it could get out of hand and we could reach a point where there's this generalized intelligence will take over and so on. And then you have Sam Altman of OpenAI, who is a little more libertarian in that sense, right? I mean that things are going in a scalable way, and it's not something that you have to be absolutely scared about at this point of time, right? See, my own thought process is that in the interim period, AI will augment, but soon enough it will replace. Right, and that soon enough is just a matter of time. It's an eventuality. It's only whether it will take 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. Right? We've used ChatGPT for a variety of things. You've in fact used ChatGPT for your PR releases and whatnot, right? And it's fabulous actually. And the thing is that look, a lot of what we do doesn't require like peak human excellence, capability, empathy, and all of that. I mean, it doesn't. That's just the truth, right? I mean, so that percentage of things will definitely get automated away, and it's an eventuality. You cannot stop innovation, but at the same time, I feel like it is a large enough impact that there has to be some kind of regulation. For sure. Technology has this characteristic of eating markets, right? It devours markets. You don't have alarm clocks these days because your phone just ate it up, right? And similarly, I mean, you've seen how other technologies have disrupted markets. Now, AI is, again, order of magnitude more impactful than anything we've seen before, right? So definitely governments have to step in and draft some sensible policy, right? And this policy has to be with folks from the industry, and has to be slightly open at this point of time, but there has to be policy. We can't be scrambling when we're starting to reel from the impact of innovation. See, India, we talk about the demographic dividend, but this demographic dividend can become a curse if you don't adequately enable your people and your folks are not employable or employed and so on, right? Because that is a recipe for chaos when you have young men who don't have work, right? I mean, you look at any of the revolutions in the world, that's what it's been caused by. So do we have to be absolutely paranoid? Not yet, but we definitely have to be concerned.
Yeah, you're right in saying that, of course, we should be taking a bit of a cautious approach while framing these policies, right? But with all this noise saying that, hey, AI is replacing jobs, or, we have to be careful about AI, this is similar to saying like when Microsoft Excel was announced or when Tally was announced, the job of accountants were at risk. But that really wasn't the case. So even today, like you mentioned that I use ChatGPT, right? And it has what before would take me, let's say 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I can do that in less than 10 minutes today. So I think in that way, it makes us more productive. But yeah, before ChatGPT is implemented in industry verticals, in industry use cases, I think there's a lot more learning, a lot more deliberation that needs to happen before it gets deployed.
So technology is supposed to have, removed all of the boring, mundane stuff, leaving us with only the meaningful things to do, right? And that's what has been the case from 1950s onwards with any of the innovations you see. But well, I mean, it's only made us a lot more busier, right? In the interim period, rather than replacing us, I mean, it makes us more productive. Makes us more efficient. It makes us capable of things that, perhaps 2 decades ago would take hundreds of people, many different organizations to deliver. And you're seeing, like, one person companies right now, right? We're doing millions of dollars of revenue and so on. So there is the thought, but it's rather strange, I mean, people expected that AI will, get rid of all of the rote things, right? For example, driving, right? And some kind of factory work, blue collar work, essentially. But it's been working the opposite direction. You look at design, for example, right? With the kind of stuff that Midjourney is being able to churn out,
And
or
even
DALL-E and stuff.
recently, Adobe announced Adobe Fireflies.
Yeah. So it's been going in the reverse order, right? I mean, it's been disrupting content, design, and so on. So yeah, I mean, in the interim period, I do feel that it'll make us better. But at some point, it'll get to a point where I won't need that extra addition from a human being, or rather, it'll be indistinguishable, or not very significant that I need that person to really make those changes on the content or design or whatever, right? So I think one of the things that we have to all strive towards is to figure how we can augment whatever we're doing with AI. So figure out the right way to query ChatGPT, figure out the right way to plug it in your system of work, and we need to start now.
No, you're absolutely right. And also, this whole debate of AI taking over the jobs is highly split. But it would be great to hear your views in the comment section below. So do let us know.
Yeah.